Concerning the prayers that were organized by the opposition party, for that we didn't receive an invitation. And if we did, but we didn't receive an invitation to attend the prayers of the opposition. However, as leaders and church leaders, we hereby appeal to the government of Uganda, to the judiciary, to the president, to the prisons, for amnesty of people who have been in prison for long without being condemned or sentenced, and such people who have stayed in the prison for long without receiving a fair trial. We appeal to the government for the amnesty as we enter the new year, that as we celebrate the entrance into the new year, some people who have been in the prison for long may be given amnesty. Those who have not had a fair trial, those who have not been sentenced or condemned for whatsoever, we appeal to the government for amnesty. Because Jesus Christ came in this world to forgive the sinners and for a new start. So as we begin a new start of the year, we hereby appeal to the government for amnesty for people who have been in prison for a long time without trial.
Maybe just for clarity, what is your opinion regarding the prayers that have been held by the opposition? Because their ground is on human rights violations. They felt that you guys are not supporting the prayers. In their opinion, they thought that you people are not supporting them to pray for these people. So what is your opinion?
Mazimagali nti invite eyo gy'ogamba ffe nga Kampala region national fellowship tetwagifunye era tetwagirabye, naye ate njagala nakyo nkireete bulungi nti ffe ng'abalokole era abasajja abasomi ba Bayibuli tukkiririza mu kuwa ekitiibwa Katonda kyawadde omukisa. Kati okuyitibwa singa twayitibwa tugende tubasabire oba oli awo twandigenze, naye ate obukulembeze ffe bwe tumanyira bwe tukkiririzaamu bwe bukulembeze Abannayuganda bwe bakkiririzaamu naffe tuteeka obwembulesinga n'okububulesinga nga bannaddiini. Sobola ogenda oba obutagenda. Ontegedde bulungi, nze nyinza obutagenda naye ne tufuna gwe tutuma. Singa twafuna invitation but we do not have an invitation whatsoever. Okusaba kwonna kwa bwa Katonda, tusaba Katonda, tukkiriza Katonda, siyinza kukuwakanya. Era nkukkiririzaamu okusaba. Kasa kubanga kusaba. Tukkiriza mu kusaba kwa tukkiriza nti byonna ebitayinzika eri omwana w'omuntu bisoboka Katonda nga yabikoze.
This population increase by 1 million people or babies every year. That brings concern to the resources that Uganda has, with the highest and fastest growing population. And this gives a big margin of consumers. Then that brings an alarm to the resources that this growing population has to use. One of the resources that being much fought for is the land. As well as Uganda's population increase is at an alarming rate. The land in Uganda cannot increase with the increasing population. That has brought about a big fight over the land in Uganda. This is a call up and a wake-up call to the government and to the nation for adequate land reforms that everyone can benefit. We have in Uganda different places having different tenure system. There's Milo land, there's capital land, community land, there is private land, there is Kabaka land. But in this fight for land, for survival, as one would say, a fight for the fittest. This is when, as a church leader and a community leader, I would call upon people to secure their land, regardless of where they are, whether in the city, whether it is inherited land or bought land. With different types of land, whether with KCCA, private land, Milo land, community land. This is the time when everyone would be required to get that he gets a certificate or a title for the land, so as to avoid the land grabbers. I want also to appeal to the government, but we also thank the government that they have done their best, although there is still a lot to be done. So that's one on the land issue. And I want to thank the government and for our president from his recent address on economic issues, that with our growing economy, with our growing population, in the last 3 years, we find that not only Uganda as a nation, but globally, there has been a financial setback because of the global lockdown. And normally, in a conventional war, it would take about 6 years for a country to recover from a conventional war. But in the recent 3 to 4 years, globally, the world has been suffering from an economic war due to the global lockdown and because of the pandemic. Whereas some people at this moment of time expect to live at the best of their times, when it shouldn't be so, because of the recovery system, and which is a process. This is when we would call upon people to bear with the situation, work hard and work smarter, knowing that we are in the recovery stages, which other people would call the post-COVID-19 effect. Some people are suffering from the trauma of the post-COVID-19 effect, economically, socially, and other ways of life. This is when we would call people to turn up, to tune up, to pull up their antennas high and their senses, to wake up to the environment that surrounds them, and to see how they can work and make ends meet. There's a slogan which says that working hard without working smart may not benefit a lot. Now with the increased population, the financial setback because of the recent global lockdown, now there is a need for the multiplicity and for the increase of resources for people to match up. But what's amazing is that with the growing population of Uganda, the young people are getting skilled, but now it's time for people to increase their skill so as to maximize their potential. Not only getting increased skill, but relevant skill. And to see how of the ways we can manage our economy and make our land, Uganda, the best place to be. Your face is soccer.
Sumutembe, once again, the Publications Officer of National Fellowship of Born Again Pentecostal Churches of Uganda, and I'm the Senior Pastor of Light of the World Church in Kanyanya. I want to call upon the parents in Uganda here. Whatever that went wrong towards the lockdown, we had a number of issues and cases amongst the families where people had misunderstandings between themselves after their children had issues, pregnancies, among other things. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring it clear. It is upon a mother and a father to raise this Ugandan. It is a responsibility of a mother and a father together to bring up this child. Whenever a child has an issue or a problem, whenever a child has an issue or he has encountered this and that, it is not one-sided issue. Let us not blame a mother or a mother blames a father for the problems that has been encountered in the family. Let us do these things, whatever that it is supposed to be done, ladies and gentlemen, and know it is our responsibilities to raise our children together, talk together, agree together, so that we know that our children's it is our responsibility to raise our children together, both of us.